Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can automate the process of creating hundreds, if not thousands, of a specific type of video. And this also works with specific types of designs. The type of video I'm talking about are these social media videos that are really quite basic. They have some sort of B-roll in the background, a heading and a subheading, or sort of like smaller piece of text. The reason why it's easy to automate the creation of these videos is because if you swap out the heading and subheading with different text, you essentially have a different unique video. For example, if you have a video that's advice of the day number 1, and then you have a video that's advice of the day number 2, but it has the same background video, it still is technically a unique video because the advice that is displayed is different. This is also possible with designs. For example, if you have to create 100 different certificates with 100 students' names and maybe like their program name, it'd be very hard to do this manually. But with Canva's data autofill feature, you could essentially provide Canva the data about the student's name and their program, and it will automatically create 100 different unique designs based off the data you provide. So if you apply the same logic to videos and social media videos, you can create something similar. If you're confused, let me get straight into it. So in Canva, click on create design here. And depending on what you're creating, it's going to be different on the size. But here I'm going to create a 1080 by 920 video, which is just a vertical video. Click on create new design here. And here we have a video. So essentially what we need now is the video, like a background video. This could be an AI generated video. This could be a photo. This could be a design. A little tip is if you search up under elements here, something like sunset, and go over to videos, you'll have a video you can just play with, and this is royalty free, I believe. Additionally, you can use something like Pika.ai, which allows you to prompt an AI and create unique videos. So for example, we could actually use like this sunset video. You would probably only use this for something that needs to be more attention grabbing, like maybe fun fact of the day or something like that. This wouldn't make sense if like a more corporate setting or something. So make sure to use this only when you really have to. Like they have these really cool effects that you probably couldn't find B-roll or stock footage for. So in times of need, you may want to use this. There's also Runway ML, which also does something very similar. If you are looking to create a specific video, you can prompt the AI. So you can do something like sunset. And this is super helpful if you can't find specific B-roll or stock footage. And even better, you can click on the advanced option setting and you can actually set the aspect ratio. So this example, we could do 9:16 and then just click generate here. And it'll generate after a few minutes, and it should be under my library. So in this example, I'm actually going to use something from Pika. So if you go back here and just go over to upload, I'm just going to upload the video I just downloaded from Pika and just drag it over here. So now what we want to do is add the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to text here. We're going to add a heading and add a subheading. Move the heading up here, subheading here. And depending on your text, you may want to add a background behind the text. So go over to effects and go over to background. Here we're going to just make it white, something like this. And then you can of course change the fonts. I'm going to do that for this as well, something like that. And I'm going to make this one the same. So we're going to add a background and we're going to do something like this, right? So now we have a heading and a subheading. And essentially what we want to do is fill in data to replace the add a heading and add a subheading text with, unique data. So to do this, go over to apps and scroll down and click on data autofill. This is a paid feature. However, you do get a 30-day free trial with Canva. So you can create a bunch of videos before that trial ends. Next, what we want to do is we want to create the data. So you can manually do this, but in this case, you can go to ChatGPT and actually prompt it. So I'm going to show you an example. I said create a list of 50 advice of the days and make it short. So here's an example. And then essentially what you would do is you would go over to Google Sheets, create a column for advice of the day, and create another column for the advice. So now you have two different columns and you want to format it exactly how you want it to appear in your video. So this is the heading and this is the subheading. So I'm going to download as a CSV here. And I'm going to go back over to Canva here and click on CSV or Excel and upload that spreadsheet. Now it's basically asking me to create data fields. So basically the element that I want to replace with different data. So here, click on your heading, click on connect data, and select the corresponding data. So the two things you see here are the columns. So the first one was the advice of the day heading, and the second one is the advice of the day, so the actual data. So we're going to click connect data and click on empty one and do the same thing for 2. The reason it says empty, I believe, is because I left a space right here, so it's just saying empty. But make sure it's connected to the right one, which it is in this example. If I hit continue now, and I'm gonna click on generate 30 designs, it'll create 30 designs. And these designs are videos, technically. So here you can see that the title is a little bit too big in a lot of these examples, which I didn't account for. So what you can do is you can go back here and just make it smaller and then click generate 30 designs again, and it'll make the adjustments. Another thing I noticed that I don't like is here you can see that there's only one word on this line, and sometimes it looks weird. So I want to like break it into two. So what I could do is just resize this text box, or even just make it one line like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make the text box smaller so that it breaks into two lines. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to animate it. I'm going to click on animate, and I can make it do something like this. And then I'm going to create 30 designs again. So now we have something like this. It has the shift animation on, as you can see. I'm going to make one last change, and I'm actually going to remove this effect, this background effect. I don't like it. And instead, I'm going to just make the text white, and we're going to generate the design again for the last time. Now we have something like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on share, download, and you can download it as separate files. So instead of downloading this video as 30 videos stitched together, we're going to download them separately. And now it'll be downloading. And so once you have this, you essentially have 30 different videos. Now what I'm going to show you is how you can automate the process of doing anything essentially. You can upload this to YouTube. You can automate the process of promoting the YouTube video on social media and all that sort of stuff. So the app we're going to use for that is called Zapier. So Zapier is really cool because it allows you to connect different apps that don't essentially have native integrations together. And these are all very popular apps like YouTube, Notion, Google Drive, Dropbox. Essentially any web app on the internet you can pretty much automate. If you want to try Zapier out, it's 100% free, and you can use the link in the description for that. So here in this little box here, I can say when I upload a file in Google Drive, upload the file to YouTube. And the reason why I want to do this is because you can only upload 15 YouTube videos at once in bulk on YouTube. If you try to upload more than 15, it will not allow you. So if you are using this workflow and you're trying to upload 100 at a time, 1,000 at a time, it's not going to work. So I'm going to create a little workflow for that. You can also do it so like every time a video is uploaded to Google Drive, posted on LinkedIn or something like that. I'm just going to show this specific workflow because it's relevant to this tutorial. So here, all you would do is you would connect your Google Drive account or Dropbox. They have a lot of different integrations, and the trigger event would be new file and folder. So I created a folder called automation, and I'm going to upload the videos there. So now you want to select the correct Google Drive and the folder. So I have a folder called automation. I'm going to select it and hit continue. And then here you can test if everything's working well. I'm just going to skip this. And now we're going to go over to YouTube. And for the setup, we want it to be upload video. So every time that a new file is uploaded into the Google Drive, we're going to upload it to YouTube. And here, the title, description, you're probably going to have to customize it yourself because the video will be different. But you could do something just like advice of the day. The description, you can type in anything. I'm just going to do advice of the day. And for the video, it would be the file. So we're going to search up file and select file here. And then privacy status, I'm going to set it as private. And then that's essentially what you need to do. And then you can click continue. You can test this step to see if it works. But essentially that's what you could do. Even more than that, because Zapier is so great, it connects with different apps. Like I mentioned before, you can do something like once the YouTube video is done uploading, post it on LinkedIn, right? So you can create a company update, share update, and you can basically share the link to the URL of that video. If this is a more corporate setting, you can do Slack. So you can send a private channel message, you can send a direct message, a channel message whenever a video is uploaded. There are a lot of different use cases with Zapier. When it comes to this, it just depends on the context of what you're using this tutorial for. So that's it for this video. Once again, you can check out Zapier with the link in the description and any of the other resources I mentioned. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.